Good evening, Wisdom family. I hope y'all are doing awesome. I am coming home from work. Wanted to post a little video about encouragement. We have been taught to not encourage each other, but to criticize one another, or we call it help, but in reality we're just pointing out the flaws of the people around us, and that has to stop, because it's not helping people. You can call it constructive criticism. You could even lie and say that you like constructive criticism. Somebody criticizing you is seeing something different in you than in them, so it's not really constructive at a higher level. If they wanted to be constructive, if you want to be constructive, instead of criticizing someone for what they don't do right, encourage them for what they did do right. Whether it's a thank you or a genuine compliment, it'll go a long way. I love getting compliments. I'm sure all of you do too. It feels good when somebody appreciates you. And it also feels just as good to appreciate others, believe it or not. We've been told that it's more about seeking knowledge, and it's more about looking like the smart one of the pack, or the stronger person in a pack, but it's actually more about being the uplifter, being the one that's gonna speak to people, and when they speak to people, they're gonna feel a certain type of upliftment by being in their presence. Your presence is really all you have. You're already making an impact in the world. The question you should ask yourself is, what are you impacting? What are you resonating into others? When you walk into a room, do people feel drawn to you because of a positive charge? And I don't mean positive as in you act positive, because acting like you're positive and actually being positive are two very different things. And believe it or not, when you're being positive, you're not thinking about how you're being positive in your head. It's something that just flows out naturally, because you're just so at peace with yourself that you radiate love and peace and joy, and people just eat it up because they're just so infatuated by your presence. They enjoy your company. You fill them with energy and joy, and you make them laugh. But if you're not encouraging others, or more importantly, if you're not encouraging yourself, the inner self-talk is so important. There's a very powerful book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. And that book is all about self-talk and how we are constantly beating ourselves up in our minds. And until we learn to fully make our mind our tool and not become a tool to our mind, the best thing we can do is train it to encourage itself and encourage us, and to keep us in a path where there's no resistance, there's no turmoil, there's no feeling of being against something, and things will flow a lot nicer when you focus more on encouragement than on trying to make yourself feel superior than others, because there's no superiority in God's kingdom. There's no better or less. These are all things that we have created in our minds, and we speak these thoughts to ourselves in our minds, and we hear the thought, and then we believe the thought. So therefore we perceive the reality that we believe due to our thoughts. So observing your thoughts can be very powerful. When you catch yourself not encouraging yourself or others, and you see it for what it is, because it'll break this cycle that we've created of not giving ourselves love and encouragement and understanding. These are all the same idea, the same energy. We just split hairs because we love to define things and we love to feel like we know what we're talking about. But at the end of the day, language is just a pointer to what's around us, and what's around us can't fully be explained as hard as we try. So let's not worry about defining ourselves or proving to others that we should be defined as this amazing human being, and instead just point people to their inner love, to their source, to their soul, to their God. And by doing that, you have to encourage them. Very simple. And likewise, if you want to point yourself to your God, to your source, to your higher self, encourage yourself. Tell yourself you're doing a great job. Tell yourself that everything is in divine order, that nothing bad happens to me. There's nothing that can go wrong in my reality. Encouragement. Feel that energy bubbling up inside you and enjoy it, savor it, milk it. Stay in that divine love eye of the storm where you're in your radiant peace and everything is just so mesmerizing and beautiful. And the longer you stay in that reality, that is your true reality, the more people will gravitate and the more they will enjoy listening to you. And you won't have to pull hairs or feel like you're convincing people. People will naturally just be grateful in your presence. You might not even have to talk to them. They might just be happy that you're there. So keep encouraging. I know a lot of these things seem so little and like they're not gonna do anything, but if we all choose to do these things for the greater good of humanity, then things will get better and better every day. Things will resonate cleaner and clearer and in sync. Because I don't know about you, but I want to be in sync with God. I want God to always have my back. And He always has. I just haven't seen it until now. That's why I encourage myself and I encourage you guys, because I want everyone to see it. I want everyone to see the beauty of our higher self and the beauty of our kingdom and the beauty of the paradise that is before our eyes. Love you guys. I'm ranting, so I'm gonna cut it right here, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Much love. Namaste. Peace.